So I welcome Sahil. First of all, congratulations for securing All India Rank 25 in CLAT PG 2021 and for joining the best law school in India. So I will put in some questions and then you can answer. Okay, first tell me, how do you feel securing such a good All India rank?
It's pretty unreal. I mean, did not expect once I sat for the exam, and when I checked the result, it's pretty nice. I mean, pretty unreal. Still going through the whole dreamy phase.
Great. Okay, so Sahil, please tell in brief that what all strategy did you adopt while preparing, and first of all, tell me how much time did it take for you to prepare for this CLAT examination?
Right. So if I am not wrong, the initial notification came out in somewhere in January, February. So I had a vague idea that the exam is roughly around 3 months down the line. But due to COVID, there was a lot of issues and the notification kept on postponing. So I wasn't really preparing for it. So when we got a vague idea from the consortium that the exam is due in like a month or two, so I devoted the entire 3 months, I guess, prior to the exam to the prep. And the prep was nothing specific because the syllabus changed and it was completely new. There were no subjective questions. And you might have noticed that prior to 2020, the pattern was fairly simple. I mean,
you were in 2019 examinations.
Right. Right. So the pattern was quite rote. So if I know 5 subjects, I will clear the exam. There is no doubt about it. But this time it was really logical based. I wouldn't say comprehensive. It was just logical. You just need to know your way around and you'll be good to go. So 3 months, and that's about it. And by the end of it, last month I took mock exams, lots of mock tests. They were on Lex Templum, of course. So that helped. That was pretty much my entire prep, nothing specific.
You want to suggest some course material or some books specifically which you actually took, like you used to refer in your preparation journey to the upcoming aspirant?
So, except for live law and bar and bench, apart from that, when I say I did not refer to any material, I'm assuming that a LLB graduate is very well versed with his basic concepts, of, say, like contract, IPC, CRPC. So I did not. I was clear with the basic concepts, and then the YouTube videos on Lex Templum's website, YouTube channel, I guess you guys have one, and the mocks. That was all for me. Okay. So yeah.
So just one question. Like if I see the 2020 paper, it was based entirely on 12 contemporary and mixed landmark judgments. And then to see the 2021 examination, previous year questions plays very important role as a student when you're preparing for any competitive exam. You might have also referred to the 2020 paper.
Right, so, I did.
When in 2021, the entire pattern came as a surprise because there were more comprehensions. It took a lot of time. So time management, I guess, was one of the major key area where students lagged. So what techniques you wish to share that at the time when you saw the paper and there was a change in the paper? So how did you cope up at the time of writing that exam?
See, when everybody was uncertain, there was a lot of correspondence with the consortium. I personally mailed them. I had a word. What's the status of the exam? Because, one cannot give exam in uncertainty. So I honestly was expecting them to give a question paper based on landmark constitutional judgments, which everyone else was expecting.
Correct.
So for this, I would take a little deroute. Miss Sheetal ma'am, she helped me a lot. She actually gave me a comprehensive list of few judgments based on priority with red marking, yellow markings. So I was under the impression that exam will be based on these judgments, but the paper was completely different. So my tip would be do what you know. It took me 1 hour 15 minutes to complete my paper because I did not attempt the complete paper. I just attempted what I knew, and it was speed reading. So using a pen, you just, after the first question, I got an idea that they're using keywords because it is comprehension based, but it is not comprehensive. You need to have a little background. So just highlighting all the keywords, reading through it, 1 hour 15 minutes, I was done with it. And last 45 minutes I devoted to things which I did not know at all. It was just logical deductions.
So what was your strategy in a paper where you have negative marking? That I can see.
Right. So my answers are not straightforward because there is no strategy to it.
Correct. You make a strategy while attempting a paper.
Right. I remember there was one question. I don't have the question paper right now. It was based on, I think, reservation or something. Which of the judgments is not used in reservation context? There were 4 options. Yeah, there were 4 options, and I just knew 2 of them. So next 2, I had no idea about. Then I was like, Sheetal ma'am gave me a list of all the reservation judgments, and usme there was no judgment from 2019, and the other option was from 1960. So you see how logic helps. Ki 2017 mein there was no judgment. I did not have the list, so the answer would. So it was all logical.
Indeed, this paper required a good sense of logic also while attempting as a student, because you cannot entirely base your study strategy on some content books. You should have a dynamic approach while approaching the paper. So you also adopt a dynamic approach, and that turned out to be very good for you, right?
It turned out well. It panned out really well.
Great. Yeah. So you want to share some of the tips or techniques for our upcoming aspirants who will be writing 2022 examination?
Right. So considering the lack of consistency of the question paper, I would just suggest be very thorough with your basic concepts, because there is no book which can help you with basic concepts unless you're really through with your concepts, and after that you need to build up on what you know and be very thorough with live law, recent developments, because the entire paper was actually based on landmark judgments, like really recent landmark judgments, contract law, and take a lot of mock tests in order to get a clarity of what you're doing. Because for me, I was just reading live law, so if I hadn't appeared for Lex Templum's mocks, I would not have any idea what I'm doing. So once you get a shock, all right, you need to prepare in a certain way, then you train yourself that you are going to expect something. So you just be prepared for it. So that's pretty much it.
Okay. Last question from my side. What was the role of Lex Templum in your journey of cracking CLAT with AIR 25?
Well, Lex Templum actually helped, as I've mentioned this quite a few times, with the mocks, because I did not take any specific coaching in Delhi. I am from Delhi and it's all online. So Lex Templum, first of all, coddled me with the fact that you're supposed to expect something in the question paper. So I worked upon that. The YouTube videos helped a lot to clarify my major concepts. So I think this is like the major chunk of my prep, pretty much the mocks and the concepts, plus live law. I'm sorry, but live law is really important.
Something which a law student should follow anyway. Like, it's irrespective of writing a paper or not. In this new COVID times, live law has become maximum legal information for every law aspirant. You have to give credit to live law, that's for sure.
And the best part is actually quite cheap. So I had to take the premium subscription because you could actually download judgments, read the summaries. Otherwise, it becomes a task. You'll have to go for SCC or something. That's very expensive. Yes.
Great, Sahil. Nice talking to you and interacting. I hope your tips and
Right.
will help our upcoming aspirants who will be writing this paper. I once again congratulate you for securing such a good All India rank in in one of the most difficult competitive exam of this. So I wish you all the best for your future LLM studies also. And have a great experience at the premier law school of the country. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.